The office was always buzzing when the CEO arrived, not just with tasks and deadlines, but with tension, stolen glances, and the silent game of who would dare make eye contact with John Jungkook today. He wasn't cruel, no, just cold. The kind of cold that came in clean cut suits and sharp glares, the kind of cold that made even the printer hold its breath when he walked past, but not you. Your heels clicked confidently against the marble floor as you carried two cups of coffee, one for yourself, black, bitter, unapologetically strong, and one for your boss, two sugar cubes, no cream, precisely 80 degree. You even measured it with a thermometer when you joined as a new secretary. You were his secretary, his shadow, his calendar, his damage control. The entire company knew you were excellent at your job, but they also whispered behind monitors about how dangerously playful you were with him. A woman who knew how to flirt like it was part of her job description. You didn't mind. You liked watching how his ears turned red every time you leaned in just a little too close. You entered his office without knocking. You never had to. He was standing by the window, hands tucked in his pockets, shirt sleeves rolled up to his forearms, dangerously distracting. You cleared your throat. You have a meeting in 30, sir. You said, placing his coffee on the desk with a porcelain clink. Mr. Bay from legal, boring guy. Talks in bullet points. Jungkook turned, nodded once, and walked over to sit behind his desk without looking at you. You leaned on the edge of the table, swirling your own coffee casually. He finally spoke, voice as deep and neutral as ever. Anything else, Miss Secretary? You smiled slowly, letting your gaze roam over his face like you had every right to. Yes, actually. You said, crossing one leg over the other. Just wanted to let you know your jawline is looking sharp enough to cut egos today. Quite the weapon. He blinked once, twice. His fingers curled slightly around his coffee cup, and you noticed the way he didn't meet your eyes. Get out. He muttered. You grinned, pushing off the desk with exaggerated grace. Always such a romantic. And with a wink over your shoulder, you sauntered out the door, your giggles trailing behind you like perfume. It was early afternoon when Park Jimin showed up, bubbly, bright, and with that irresistible charm that could make even the building security guard smile. He strolled into Jungkook's office like he owned the place. You, of course, were already there, tapping away on your tablet while pretending not to eavesdrop. Whoa, Jimin whistled as his eyes landed on you. So you are the amazing secretary, huh? You looked up with a smirk, brushing your hair back. Depends, am I the only one he talks about or just the most annoying one? Jimin laughed and Jungkook behind his desk gave you that signature silent stare, the one that meant you are pushing it, but secretly enjoying every second of it. Oh, he talks about you, all right. Jimin said, plopping onto the couch in Jungkook's office like it was his own. Says you are efficient, meticulous, always on top of everything. You raised a brow. Really? I thought he only has complaints about me. You said, looking at Jungkook, who rolled his eyes and pretended to check something in a file sitting on his desk. Jimin chuckled, leaning forward with a grin. And also, that you flirt like it's a sport. Jungkook looked up sharply. Jimin, I mean, I can see it already. Jimin chuckled, eyes still on you. That confident posture, the playful eyes, I bet you have got everyone around here wrapped around your finger. You walked over to Jimin with your best fox innocence. Heard that you are a therapist, Mr. Park Jimin, right? Yes, ma'am. Then maybe you can help me with something. He tilted his head, intrigued. Late on me. You leaned down slightly, dropping your voice just enough to send chills down Jungkook's spine. I think I have a serious condition. You whispered. I keep falling for handsome men. Jimin blinked and then burst into loud, hearty laughter. Oh no, a severe case of hopeless taste, huh? You gave him a mock dramatic nod. Please help me, Dr. Park. Save me, my love. He placed a hand over his chest, pretending to be flattered. This is the most fun I have had all week. Jungkook's voice sliced through the laughter like a blade. That's enough, Miss Kang Wayan. Out. The room fell silent. Jimin looked up surprised. Come on, Jungkook. You, out now. He said, looking at you as he was jealous of how comfortable and close you were with Jimin. You straightened up and looked at Jimin. He's jealous because he's not as cool as us. Anyways, nice meeting you, Mr. Park Jimin. I'll surely visit your clinic. Jimin nodded, laughing. Sure, it will be my pleasure meeting you again. Without a word, you picked up your tablet and walked out, all the warmth drained from your skin. As the door closed, Jimin looked at Jungkook. Wow, you're lucky to have such a cool and amazing secretary. She's amazing. Jungkook gave him a death glare. You better not think about her. Jimin raised a brow with a smirk. Oh, are you secretly in love with her and worried that I'll steal her? Jungkook rolled his eyes. If you come here just to time pass, you can leave because I have work. The office felt different the next morning, quieter, stiffer, like someone had taken a deep breath and forgotten how to exhale. It wasn't you. You were still as poised and composed as ever, heels clicking, tablet in hand, sleek ponytail, the usual sass tucked neatly under layers of lipsticks and professionalism. But something was off. People were whispering, and they weren't whispering about your expensive suit this time. You walked past the reception desk and caught a glimpse of Mina, the front desk assistant, typing frantically on her phone. Then a ping echoed from your phone, the office group chat. See, you brought his girlfriend today. She's here, like right now. OMG, she's tiny and cute, but like no one has seen her properly yet. We just heard the talk. Never knew our CEO was secretly dating. Your thumb froze mid-scroll. For a second you thought it was a typo. Girlfriend? You looked up just in time to see Jisoo and Chan pretend they weren't staring at you with a mix of pity and scandal-loving curiosity. And that's when it hit you. The weight, heavy, sharp, like disappointment had slipped into your lungs and made a home there. You had spent nearly every hour of every day beside him. 11 months of subtle tension, unspoken words, teasing comments, and not once had he mentioned someone else, and yet here she was, his girlfriend. You swallowed the lump in your throat, pasted on your best secretary smile, and walked into his private floor. You always thought Jungkook had a thing for you, the way he secretly admired you when he thought you weren't looking, the way he never showed that he enjoyed being with you, but couldn't hide it well. Morning, Mr. John. You greeted robotically as he pushed open the glass doors. No response, no Jungkook, just silent and a tiny high-pitched voice. Hi. You looked down. There, standing just outside his office door, was a small girl. She had the biggest brown eyes you had ever seen. Her black hair was tied in two uneven pigtails, one bow nearly falling off. She clutched a worn-out drawing pad and wore pink Crocs with mismatched socks. Your heart plummeted. Girlfriend? Or maybe his secret daughter. You took a cautious step forward, glancing around. Hey there, sweetie. Where's your mom or your dad? She grinned, revealing a missing front tooth. You must be her. He said you were pretty and funny and smell like strawberries. You blinked. I'm sorry, who? The girl placed her tiny hands on her hips, puffed up like she was about to deliver the most important announcement of the year. I'm Hyun, she said proudly, John Jungkook's girlfriend. Your entire brain shut down for a second and then a door opened behind you. Jungkook stepped out of the bathroom, shirt sleeves rolled, hair slightly damp. Drying his hands with a towel, he stopped in his tracks when he saw you and Hyun together. You turned to him slowly, expression unreadable. So, this is your girlfriend? His ears turned crimson immediately. Hyun? He groaned, walking over. What did we talk about? The little girl giggled and ran to cling to his leg. But you said I could be your girlfriend until you marry someone. She insisted. You felt your legs weaken, the weight of unspoken things, the aching confusion, the way he couldn't look you in the eyes. All of it slammed into you once. Is this small girl is your girlfriend the whole office is talking about? You asked him while he looked at you confused. What? What is the whole office talking about? You looked at the girl and then at him. That you brought your girlfriend with you? He sighed and looked at Hyun, who shrugged and winked. You said I can be, unless you already have someone. Maybe the cute flirty secretary you always talk about? Jungkook froze, so did you. There was pin drop silence for some time. You could hear your own heartbeat pounding in your ears. You looked from the girl now, happily swinging from Jungkook's arm, to the man who looked like he was caught between a heart attack and a marriage proposal. So you talk about me? Jungkook cleared his throat. His voice was low, barely audible. I can explain. Okay, I'm all ears. You said crossing your arms like you are the boss here, but your heart melted when Hyun tugged your hand. Do you like me? He said you would. He said you would like me a lot and maybe even love me one day. You slowly turn your gaze to Jungkook. He wasn't trying to hide the way his eyes flickered with something deep, fear maybe, or hope, or both. He exhaled barely a whisper. Can we talk after work? You searched his face, the coldness was gone, only honesty remained. You gave a small nod. Okay. Then turning back to Hyun, you pinched her soft cheek playfully and grinned. Like you? How could someone not like you? You are adorable. Hyun giggled, the kind of pure sound that softened every corner of your heart. And hey, did you try the snacks here yet? Our canteen has some really tasty things made just for cool kids. Her eyes widened like you had just told her she won a trip to Disneyland. Really? Like choco pies and strawberry milk? You gave her a mock gasp. Exactly like that. She grabbed your hand again and together you skipped down the hallway like two best friends on a mission. Jungkook stayed behind, stunned, watching you disappear around the corner with a girl you had only known for 5 minutes, but who already had your heart. The whole day Jungkook barely got any work done. He tried, truly, but his eyes kept drifting to the hallway where your laughter echoed. His ears stayed tuned to the sound of your voice and Hyun's excited chatter as she recited every random fact she knew about dinosaurs and unicorns. He had always admired how sharp and efficient you were, but today, watching how gently you handled Hyun, how naturally you became her safe space, it made him see you in an entirely new light. No, not new, clearer. You were always the one. He just never had the courage to admit it until now. After work, the three of you drove in silence. The city buzzed around you, but the car felt like a bubble, quiet, soft, meaningful. At a cozy little restaurant tucked away from the main street, you sat at a corner booth watching Hyun sip on strawberry milk like it was the best thing in the world. Her chubby cheeks puffed as she chewed on a smiley face nugget. This place is so cool. Can we come here again, like every Friday? Jungkook chuckled, gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. Only if the pretty secretary agrees. You glanced at him, and for a moment something unspoken passed between you. After dinner, Jungkook drove her to the orphanage. She didn't cry, she waved happily, but before getting out, she hugged both of you, tiny arms wrapping tightly around your waist. Come visit me again, okay? She whispered into your coat. You feel like a hug I wanna keep forever. You swallowed back the ache in your throat. I will, I promise. When the car pulled away from the gate, you and Jungkook sat in silence again until he spoke. I met her on accident. Jungkook said quietly, his hands gripping the steering wheel even though the car was parked. It was raining that day. I had just signed a contract nearby and was heading home when I saw her sitting outside under a bus stop shelter, completely soaked, drawing on wet paper like it didn't matter. You turned toward him, your heart felt heavy. She told me she liked to draw happy things on sad days. I don't know why I stopped, but I did. I sat with her, I called her warm food, I took her to the shelter, and I couldn't forget her after that. He let out a slow breath. She has no one, no extended family, no siblings, just herself and this unshakable belief that good people exist. And it made me realize I wanted to be one of them for her. You didn't interrupt, you just listened. I visited her every week. At first, I told myself I was just checking in, that I was being decent, but one day she asked me if I would ever thought about being a dad, and I laughed. But then she said, you would be a good one, but you should find someone soft to help you. You smiled through the sting behind your eyes, and you told her about me. He nodded. She always asked if I had someone in my life. I told her I didn't. Not yet, but I had someone I wished was mine. You looked at him startled. His voice turned softer, the edges rough with vulnerability. She drew you once. I told her about you, how you are fearless, smart, and terrifyingly good at making my heart forget how to beat. She asked if you were my girlfriend, and I said no because I was scared to hope. Jungkook. His gaze met yours, raw and real, but today when I saw you with her, when I saw her cling to you like you were already hers, I knew I didn't want to wait anymore. He reached for your hand, fingers trembling. I want to adopt her, but not alone. I want her to have a mother who makes even the rain feel like sunshine. I want her to have you. Tears welled in your eyes. You didn't speak. You couldn't, not yet. Ryan, I'm in love with you, he whispered. I have been since the day you walked into my office and told me my tie was so crooked it gave you anxiety. You laughed through your tears. It was, I know, he whispered. You squeezed his hand. You know, I flirt with handsome men, right? His lips twitched, painfully aware. Good, because I have been in love with one for a while now. He leaned in slowly, hesitating for just a second. Can I kiss you? You answered by closing the distance between you, pressing your lips to his, a kiss that felt like coming home after a long, lonely winter. When you pulled back, breathless, you smiled. So, Friday dinners with our daughter? He nodded, his eyes glistening. Forever.